So here we were talking about these data acquisition tools. Okay. So we saw surveys, sensors, observations, web scraping, cameras. We installed CCTV cameras everywhere to check how people are working. Again, something like finding out proofs of what data has been gathered, whether they are ultimately true or not. So all these things are being done. Okay. Here I would also like to mention that there are two government portals where we say that we get authentic data from we can gather anything we want, like air quality index for a month, for a year, for 5 years, or farm fire information, corona information, all this, whatever. If you want to, you're working in in that direction, then in that case, these are the two sites: data.gov.in, india.gov.in, which gives you authentic information about the Indian happenings, whatever is happening around. Right? So anything you want to know, you can actually visit these sites and check out also. Right? I hope the data acquisition is fine, that all these data are collected together and kept. And now we start with the third phase where we talk about data exploration, representing what all you have collected in a manner that you can make some sense out of it. Okay. And in that, because to analyze that data, it is very important, no? To sense the trends, to sense that how things are, patterns are working. Like I said, air quality till June is very good. Suddenly from July it starts deteriorating, or August में ठीक हो जाता है, फिर October में it starts deteriorating, and it stays like that till December. Again in January it starts improving. So whatever is a trend, whatever is the pattern, or by these trends you can also find out the relationship कि temperature बढ़ा तो ठीक हो गया, temperature reduce हुआ तो the pollution levels increased, whatever. So that kind of an exploration of my data, presentation of my data has to be done in a manner that it is easy for us to understand and grasp. And for that, our data visualization tools come very handy. Why so? Because I've shown you the pictures here also. They give us a pictorial representation. The graphs give us a pictorial representation, obviously, which are easier to understand rather than figures. Like during the corona times also, if I would see the India's map showing the concentration areas with dots, red marks and green marks and orange marks, and I would know them by then. By that time, I think everybody knew what the red mark means and what the green mark means. So it's very easy and quick to get a summary. Rather than if you see the numbers state wise and then try to acha ispe zyada hai, ispe kam hai, there more, there zyada. It's very difficult to keep a track of numbers. It is obviously more difficult, right? So pictures are very easy to understand, and pictorial representation of all the information you collected in order to present the trend, relationship, pattern, data also, exact data values also. But data values, so when we plot, we actually try to see the pattern. Like if you see this histogram here, they are showing it to you. It's like this increasing pattern, or somewhere you have a decreasing pattern. In the scatter plot, you have, okay, these are the more areas where it's more. This is the place which is less, right? So all this one go, one look of it you can make out very easily, right? So that is the purpose of my data visualization. Fine. Now data visualization ke under, what all graphs have you done till now, till class 9th? What all types of graphs have you done? Charts.
Bar graph, histogram, pie chart.
Oh, good. You have really done these, used somewhere, seen in your books for certain categories, and you understood. So there are many in Python also. Many, actually, many in number. Few of them I've showed you here, like area, donut, spider, which we don't commonly use, but every graph has its own significance. Because if you are given a situation, you should be able to tell that which graph will be able to display this information in the most effective manner. Okay, certain things I cannot do in pi, it will not be effective. Pi पे कौन सी चीज effective होगी? something which you're trying to show out of 100, है ना? 40%, 30%, 20%, 100 में से एक overall totality में से when you try to representing, their pie will be affected. Some individual information like that, it will not be affected in pie, है ना? So हर एक graph का एक significance है that in which situation that graph is helpful, like histograms. What is the purpose of histograms, if anybody remembers? What do you try to show? Anyone?
Comparison.
Comparison of what? Comparison can be done in column also. It's more important that in histograms, we actually talk about frequencies. Okay, like supposedly I have a set of marks of you people in a test. Okay. Now in that, I want to have a graph represented. Like I'm saying, okay, more than 80, how many? 60 to 80 and less than 60. These are my range I've given. And now more than 80, he will count. 60 to 80, he will count how many people. And less than 60, how many people. Abhi ek frequency count hai na? How many people have scored in that range. Then those values are being plotted in the histogram. So they are not that exact marks ko plot kar diya, that okay, Darren got 75, Bani got 85, Ritik got 45. It's not exact values being plotted. It's the frequency being plotted. So histogram ka purpose hai to plot the frequency charts, frequency values. Okay, that is how every chart, every kind of chart has a value. Agar every chart would do the same work, then why do we need so many charts, so many types of charts? है ना, हमें तो एक ही चार्ट बहुत है अगर हमें एक ही तरीके से हर चीज को रिप्रेजेंट करना है. Okay, so various types are there. Every type has its own significance. Where you will use what, that depends upon your situation. Now here I have given you a site which is datavizcatalog.com, and here you can go and explore all sorts of charts which are available and are being used for this kind of purpose. Few screenshots I'll show you. Like this is the main page of the site. So datavizcatalog.com index.html. So this is the site. So you just write datavizcatalog.com and this catalog opens. Okay. So here you can see that you have arc diagram, area graph, bar graph, box and mixer plot, brainstorm, bubble chart. Frankly speaking, I also have not done all of them. Many of them rather. Sabka significance, I also don't know, but just see the number of chart types you have. Many of them. Candlestick, density, connection map, circle packet. Many are there. Depending upon what data you are trying to represent, you will choose a chart of that category. Search by function is also there. View by list is also there. So here we have taken screenshot of a few ones, like an example kind of a thing. So here it's a horizontal bar chart. You might not be used to the horizontal bar chart much. You might be used to the vertical bar chart. Like the bars are like this. This is one bar, and this is another bar. This is another bar on a XY axis. We are more used to this kind of a bar chart, but there's something called as horizontal bar chart also. Like this example I'm showing you, where the top 10 cosmetic products ka revenue kitna hai in dollars, that is being shown. So your x-axis has the revenue and the y-axis has the cosmetic products. And vertical bar is bilkul ulta ho jata. X would have had the products and the Y would have had the revenue. That's the major difference between horizontal and vertical bar chart. Okay, so this kind of a chart is there, like a horizontal bar chart. So this example of dot maps. Starbucks coffee houses in China. So you can see which place has more concentration of these Starbucks coffee houses, which area is not having much of them. Some areas are not having at all. Okay, so this is how the various charts are being used for representation, and data visualization is actually taking care of it. Okay, now I give you one task here. Just to know more about it, go to that website, select any two charts of your choice, read about them, and try to prepare this kind of a detail about it. Like what is the representation you're talking about, what kind of chart you're talking about. Give a one-line description and give an example, a basic structure of it, and suggest a few data types where you feel that that type of chart will be helpful. So this is one homework I give you, just to know more about these charts and try to pick up charts which you have not really read about. Don't go for the bar chart, column chart, you all know about it. Try to pick up something which you are not aware. Even if not two, take one, but do that in detail. Okay, try to find out in which context will this chart be helpful for me. Right? That's your task from this part. And this is the third stage. So we did problem scoping. We did after that data acquisition. Third, we are talking about the data visualization, that is data exploration. Visualization is one major aspect of it. Exploring the data, knowing more about the data, representing the data. Okay, these three things. Now moving down to another element of representation, which is called as system maps. So in data exploration, we discussed one thing was data visualization, which is your charts or graphs as we call it. And second is your system maps. Okay? I'll start with the system maps today. Maybe we are not able to do much examples of it or discuss in detail, but I want to start with it so that you can do further in this part. Okay. Now, system maps is like a setup which shows the various elements and their relationships. Now, elements and relationships ke andar, let me tell you one example. Like I'm saying, my Delhi pollution. Oh no, I had bits in my hand and I put it in my eyes. So sorry. Okay. With my eyes closed, let me talk about it. Since system maps, what are we trying to do? We are actually trying to talk about the elements and their relationships. Now, supposingly, I'm saying the Delhi pollution status itself. Okay. Now, Delhi pollution status, what are the elements which are my basic factors, you could say? What do you think? Industries is one factor. Number
Vehicles.
two, vehicles. Very good. Number three,
Stubborn burning.
very good. Fire farms. Farm fire, sorry. Okay. Number four. Now, all these are having a negative impact on my pollution. Anna? Nothing is having a positive impact. So it could be the green belt I've identified because I'm talking about other areas. Like you've seen the air quality index, you might find, because earlier it used to be, now I'm not sure of, the Dholakua area, the ridge area, had a little less temperature, had little less pollution level, always has had better rains because the green area coverage was more. Right. So if you're doing an area wise survey kind of a thing, so you might find that South Delhi or ridge area or some areas, if you're picking up area wise, where the green belt is more, there it is affecting the pollution negatively. Okay, so you identify the elements and their relationship with each other, with my main context, which I present using these two signs, plus and minus sign. Okay, plus will show a positive impact. Now I should not say positive impact in the sense that whether it's the relationship is giving me a directly proportional kind of thing. High rate of vehicles, high pollution level. So that is a positive impact. In this case, not positive in that sense. Plus sign हम वहाँ पे दिखाएंगे where we talk about that if I am increasing my vehicles, is my pollution level decreasing or increasing? Increasing. If my farm fires are increasing, is my pollution level increasing or decreasing? If my water pollution is increasing, Is my overall pollution level increasing or decreasing? So it could be like immersing idols in Yamuna. Is it increasing the air pollution levels or overall pollution level? What are you trying to judge in that? Okay. So everything, all aspects in terms of interrelation. So let me show you one example here. And there's this system called as Loopy. And the site is this ncase.me/loopy. It helps you create these kind of charts. Again, written in paragraphs, if you give it to your manager that this is what is my findings in terms of all the elements and the interrelationships, will not be effective as compared to if you give this kind of a diagrammatic representation, right? Now I will just give you some basic understanding of this. Like supposingly I'm saying the second graph is talking about, okay, let me take the first graph only. Now in this first graph I'm saying I've got a rabbit, I've got foxes, and I've got grass. Circles are representing my elements. Okay. Then you see these plus signs, minus signs, plus signs, minus signs. Okay. Now here you see grass is more, so rabbit gets more food. Rabbits are more, grass becomes less because वो ज़्यादा खाएंगे उसको, है ना? More rabbits, less grass. More grass will be more rabbits because more eating and more production. So this goes like a vicious circle. Zyada grass, zyada rabbits, less grass. This is the kind of relationship I'm trying to show. A basic ecological feedback loop. Yes? Somebody said something? Yes, Adya. I understand it's 2 o'clock. That's why I said I will not be able to complete this. But just a basic understanding. So this is the kind of thing. The more rabbits will be more food for the foxes. Anna? So more rabbits means more foxes. Less rabbits means more foxes means less rabbits. Because foxes will eat the rabbits. तो जितने ज्यादा फॉक्स होते जाएंगे उतने ज्यादा रैबिट्स कम होते जाएंगे, है ना? So this kind of a relationship is basically we try to show in my loopy system. Okay, that's second representation in terms of your data exploration. So we have done 3 stages today. I just quickly go through. Number 1, what is the first step? Come on quickly, let's all revise. What's the first step of AI project life cycle?
Problem
Problem
scoping.
Right, it's not problem solving, it's problem scoping. First step, problem scoping. What are the 4W framework we talk about there? 4 W's are what?
Why, what, where,
Who.
who.
Try to go by the sequence only, it's easier like that. Who, what, where, why. Okay, so 4 W's. Those 4 W's are presented in a statement. What is that called? Others also, everybody, Akshaj, what is that called? Abhigyan, Gabriel, Jasmine, what is that called? Problem statement, where we combine the 4 W's and present it properly. Okay, that's the major output for your problem scoping. Done. What's the second phase? Data acquisition. I try to now acquire data to understand my problem better, to know whether the problem exists or not, to know everything about the problem, about the solution. I need to do my data acquisition. Okay, what are the ways to acquire data?
Web scraping.
Web scraping. Okay, others also.
Sensors.
Aryan, Pallavi. Yes, Aryan, web scraping is one method. What are the other methods? Come on, Akar,
Camera.
yes, Rutvik?
Camera, observation,
Cameras, observations, very good.
sensors,
Sensors, government sites, which is part of web scraping only. All this. Okay. So all this we use for data acquisition. Okay. Acquire के लिए, all data acquired, whatever I could get from here and there. Okay. Now what's the third phase?
data exploration,
Data exploration, right? Others also, please try to answer. Yes, Zuru. Data exploration. Now I have to understand, make sense out of that whole lot of data I collected. जैसे बुक पकड़ा दी, एनसाइक्लोपीडिया पकड़ा दिया आपको, है ना, दैट्स द होल डेटा. अब you have to go through it, make sense out of that. Otherwise, what's the point of collecting that entire encyclopedia? तो पढ़ा ही नहीं उसको, right? So exploration is knowing your data better, representing the data in the manner that we understand your data ultimately. Okay. What are the two ways of exploration we did?
web scheme,
Graphical representation.
Graphical representation using
and charts.
charts, data
Charts.
visualization. Yes. So data visualization is one part. I didn't understand, Dhruv, what you said. Can you come up again?
web exploration,
Web exploration. Web exploration is something which we have done. Web scraping we did to collect. Now we are talking about making sense out of the data. उसके लिए we represent. How do we represent? Graphs. One is data visualization using graphs, and next is system maps, which I create using a site called as Loopy. Okay, system maps help me understand the situation of the system better. Okay, this much we did today. We continue doing it next week. Go through this. I'll send some matters and some questions. Please try to go through the entire matter in these coming holidays. I know it's hectic, but still try to do it. Okay.